Hello, I'm Lauren with the NC Medicaid EHR Incentive Program. Next to providing better patient care and improved health outcomes, a major motivator for participating in this program is for the incentive payment. Incentive payments can help offset some of the costs of having an EHR, like staying up to date with technology and updates. To earn the full incentive payment, providers have to participate successfully over 6 years, and they receive incremental payments for attesting successfully. Most providers have the opportunity to earn up to $63,750. The exception to this are pediatricians who attest using a reduced patient volume threshold. For those providers, they may receive up to $42,500. Every provider who's listening today has already received their first year payment of $21,250 or $14,167. So moving forward, providers who attest successfully and meet all program eligibility requirements and meaningful use are eligible to receive a payment of $8,500 or $5,667 for those pediatricians using reduced patient volume threshold. Providers may only receive one payment per program year, so a provider can't attest and get paid twice for program year 2017. It will be one payment for program year 2017 and beyond. Because CMS designed this program around the individual provider may choose to assign payment to themselves, or they can choose to assign payment to a group. CMS doesn't place a restriction on where the payments are assigned. It's a voluntary assignment of payment. Attesting EPs will assign payment to a specific NPI. We call that the payee NPI, and it's designated on CMS's registration and attestation system. There are a few things to keep in mind with the payee NPI. We issue payment to the payee NPI as it's listed on CMS's RNA system. So double check to make sure that you've entered the right payee NPI, because we don't reissue payments. If you need a reminder of where your payment is being sent and which payee NPI you designated, you'll see the payee NPI on the second page of the signed attestation, circled here. If you choose to assign payment to a different payee NPI, you'll update it on CMS's RNA system. The EFT information for the payee NPI needs to be on file with NC Tracks so we can issue the payment via EFT. If you don't have EFT information on file with NC Tracks, we'll have to cut a paper check. Once we issue a payment to the payee NPI, we'll post the updated payment spreadsheet on our website. This spreadsheet can be found on top of the Path to Payment tab, and the payment spreadsheet is going to give you the provider NPI, the payee NPI, the payee name, the payment amount, the EFT date, and the CCN. You can use the CCN to reconcile the payment on the remittance advice. It will be found as a separate item on the RA after the paid and denied claims on the payout section before the financial summary page. If the payment spreadsheet indicates that you've received a payment but you're unable to locate that payment, contact CSRA, and their contact information is listed on the slide. They're the fiscal agent for DHHS, and they operate NC Tracks. So when you call, request that the representative open a PEGA ticket to forward your concern to their finance department, and the finance team can track down the electronic payment and provide information on when the EFT occurred and to which bank account it was sent. They can also point to the right page on the RA with the details of payment. There's nothing in the HITECH Act that excludes incentive payments from taxation or as a tax-free income, so incentive payments should be treated like any other income. We advise consulting with the tax advisor or the IRS for properly reporting this income on your filing. Even if you assign payment to a group, it's the attesting provider that's ultimately responsible for the information submitted, and it's the attesting provider who will be liable in the case of a post-payment audit. We cannot stress enough to keep copies of all reports, printouts, patient-level details, screenshots, anything that was used on the attestation. Keep all this documentation for at least 6 years. You're going to need to be able to prove the numbers entered on your attestation were true and accurate. And if you can't do that, and the practice who attested for you on your behalf can't reproduce the documentation, you, as the attesting provider who signed the attestation, are ultimately responsible, and you will be held liable for returning the payment. So please keep all copies of attestation documentation so you can be sure that you can prove where your numbers came from in case of audit. If you need help attesting, refer to our attestation guides, websites, and other webinars explaining the process. And you can always shoot us an email. We're happy to help. Here's our email address, ncmedicaid.hit@dhhs.nc.gov. Thanks for tuning in today, and please let us know if you have any questions.